Hi y'all, I recently made a video about Party Finder in which I talked about what PF taught me. In that video, I talked about what my first PF experience was like, and I talked a little bit about how I wanted to do things that scare me, and that's what led me heading into PF alone. I was tired of being like the worst player in the groups I played with, and I genuinely wanted to learn how to play the game. But it wasn't just how I was as a player that triggered this desire to do things that scared me. I have had this confidence problem since I was a teenager. And as a kid, I was fearless and I always wanted to try new things. And I'm not sure when that changed, but I wanted to tap into that child mindset again. And that's how 2026 became the year of being fearless. My first project was tackling PF on my own for the first time, and that is how we got here. But this video isn't about what PF taught me because I already made that video. This video is kind of like my check-in with y'all, so I can talk about how I'm doing and how I'm feeling and what my next steps are. After posting the M10S video, I was feeling pretty good about myself. Like, after all, I had just cleared a savage fight for the first time on my own. People kept congratulating me and telling me how proud they were of me for tackling this on my own. And honestly, that felt really good. For someone who's never been good at the game, or at least not as good as the people I play with, it meant a lot to me that people felt that way. I really did not think that M10S was going to be such a different story. I cleared M9S in week 2. It was on a Monday, mere hours before reset. Re-clearing M9S the next day only took about 30 minutes. It was definitely a confidence booster there. And then I moved on to M10S. Learning M10S wasn't hard. The mechanics were easy once I understood them, right? It was week 3, so finding a prog group wasn't that hard either. By the end of week 6, I was at Enrage, or maybe close to it. I don't really remember. But like, getting to that point was so difficult. I hit wall after wall for every mechanic that even took an ounce of actual thought. And that slowed my own progress considerably. Because even if I was confident on a mechanic, I couldn't get past it because the others weren't. First, people couldn't do snaking. Then they couldn't kill the watery grave before it killed us. Then no one could do split arena, or we get stuck on snaking prog when the parties were listed as split arena prog. I wasn't getting anywhere. I kept getting these parties that never reached the listed prog point, so I couldn't get time on other mechanics. I mean, there was even one time I joined an Enrage group and we were almost full, and someone asked if a fresh person could be fine to fill. Yeah, for an Enrage group. It was literal weeks of this, y'all. I was getting so tilted and annoyed and frustrated. And when I finally did reach Enrage, it was more weeks of banging my head against the PF wall. Enrage parties couldn't get past deep aerial or got stuck on snaking. The first snaking, by the way. The easy one where there's no swaps. Or it was so messy we couldn't do enough damage to clear. And that's when I took a week off from raiding entirely. I just couldn't get the motivation to do it. I was tired, frustrated, and wanted to choke certain PF players through my monitor. My blacklist grew a lot during this time. Then on week 11, I finally cleared that stupid ass fight. Holy crap, y'all, 8 weeks of M10S. I think anyone would go crazy in that time. I have a total of 316 pulls of M10S, and I don't even want to count the number of hours I spent in PF waiting for parties to fill. I hate that fight. I can't even stand the idea of it right now. Maybe in the future I won't hate it as much, but right now I can't even stand to look at it. The reason I'm talking about this is because it was very much a different experience clearing M10S than clearing 9S. Both were hard to do, not because the fights were hard, but because I had to rely on 7 other bozos to also do the mechanics and press their buttons. So I learned a lot from this fight. M9S was all about getting up the courage and trying something new. And then M10S was about learning how to not choke people through the internet. Jokes aside, PF really doesn't scare me that much anymore. Like, some days are better than others. Some days I feel braver than other days. My motivation waxes and wanes daily. I never know if I should keep going or not. Like, something I really thought about during M10S was maybe I should give up. Like, maybe once it gets late enough in the tier, it might not be possible to finish the tier in PF. Like, maybe I'm not good enough to finish a tier in PF. I think about this stuff a lot. And for those that know me, y'all know I overthink everything. I overanalyze. There's this voice inside my head telling me I'm not good enough, that no one wants to raid with me, that I am nothing without people to carry my corpse through content. And honestly, in the logical part of my brain, I know most of this is not true. I have seen the difference in myself since I started this project. I was not a good player before. I am better now because I took the time to learn a new job. When my old job hit the shitter, I took the time to study fights and learn them as I was going along. I feel weird now when there's callouts because I learned how to do the fights without them. I no longer feel like I'm being carried through content. Friends have helped me clear here and there, yes. But I still feel like I earned those clears, which maybe 6 months ago, I don't think that would have been true. I am in no way a great raider. I still feel like a very casual player, but I am a work in progress. I can't sit here and compare myself to people who have raided so much longer than I have. And the thing is, I'm still great in the funny numbers, but I'm consistently getting better. My grade number is higher. Slowly, much more slowly than I want to, but like, still consistently getting better. And that was the goal of this whole thing. Recently, I heard a big 14 creator say that he would rather raid with a person who consistently clears but gets the gray funny number over one that doesn't always clear but gets the blue or the purple. And that made me think a lot about the player that I'm trying to be. I want to be that consistent player. I would like to not be in the grays, but that's a whole other thing. But I want to be able to clear content. I want to be the player that people message and ask to join things. And having said that, it's more about measuring my progress by how I feel about myself than how impressive I look to others. Eventually, there's so much more hard content out there that I do want to try. I would like to get into Ultimates. I would like to finish Palace of the Dead and Pilgrim's Traverse. I would like to finish this tier. There's still so much I need to work on. I need to get comfier with my rotation. I need to find a better way to study fights and figure out my personal issues with my playstyle. Probably my number one fear relates to I'm afraid that if it gets too frustrating, if I have to bang my head against the wall too much, that I will give up. And because I'm doing it by myself, there's no one to stop me. I was so close with M10S to just saying screw it. And it's why I took a week off from raiding entirely. It's why it kept getting harder and harder to log in and open PF. But I am glad that I stuck with it, that I kept going back. That moment when I cleared after 316 pulls, I cried like a little bitch. I'm not even joking. I'm not talking about a few little tears. I sobbed like a baby for a good 5 minutes. On a voice call in Discord. Thankfully I was muted. But all of the relief of getting that clear I'd worked on for 8 weeks, all of the joy of clearing and getting that hurdle out of my way, it was so overwhelming that I just kind of broke down. And I know, based on what I've seen, I'm gonna be in 11S for a bit. Maybe another 8 weeks, who knows? I think that the difference here is I did not expect M10S to take that long, but I fully expect M11S to take that long. Maybe longer, who knows? So maybe when it is time to clear this one, I won't be such an emotional mess because I know what I'm getting myself into, right? Somehow I think I might be fooling myself. I think I'm definitely going to be an emotional mess. I want to finish this tier before the next expansion. I need this win. So we keep moving, we keep stepping forward, we learn, we grow, we press all our buttons and do the mechanics, and in the end, we cry like babies. And by we, I mean me. Actually, with this year of being fearless, I am giving myself permission to like slow down, to change my mind if I feel like it, and more important, be where I am and know that's where I'm meant to be. The more I try, the more I want to keep stepping forward. And I'm really enjoying making these videos, documenting my progress as a 14 player. And I'm even planning some like ambitious projects that have nothing to do with 14 for this channel. So thank you so much for being here, especially those that keep coming back to watch. And I'll see y'all in the next one.